A demented president bombs nuclear plants and strips voting rights, while his DOJ sells your private data. The economy implodes, and Alabama jails a grandma for a penis joke. Good morning, this is the Commonwealth Report, news for the public, not the powerful. Psychologists demand Congress remove Trump before his dementia destroys us all. Psychologist John Gartner says the alarm has never been louder. Trump doesn't just have dementia, his frontal lobes are deteriorating, meaning loss of impulse control, loss of empathy, and worsening judgment every single day. Gartner says Trump didn't think through the Iran war because he's no longer capable of it. He just had an angry impulse, possibly to bury the Epstein files, and started bombing a country. Gartner now calls Trump a sadistic animal who gets pleasure from killing and blowing things up. Dementia only gets worse. Today is the best Trump you'll ever see. Tomorrow will be worse. The 25th Amendment exists precisely for this exact moment. It lets Congress remove a president unable to carry out the duties of office. Democrats need to demand it together now. America inches toward Chernobyl as U.S. and Israel keep bombing Iran's nuclear plant. Iran's only functioning nuclear power plant has been struck now 4 times since the U.S.-Israel war erupted on February 28th. The latest hit killed a security guard and damaged a building at Bushehr. Russia evacuated 198 workers from the site. Iran's foreign minister warns that radioactive fallout could end life in Gulf capitals. The IAEA has pleaded with both sides to stop, warning a direct strike on the reactor could trigger catastrophic radiation releases across the entire region. Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia could all face contamination. When Russia struck near Ukraine's Zaporizhia plant, the West erupted in outrage. We're now doing the exact same thing to Iran. The World Health Organization has begun preparing for a worst-case nuclear scenario. That's just astonishing. Trump's Save America Act kills the right to help your neighbor vote. Call it the SAVE Act. What it actually saves is Republican electoral power. Trump's signature election bill passed the House in February and is now before the Senate. It would wipe out every single voter registration drive in America. The high school civics teacher who helps his graduating class register, gone or in prison. The Hispanic Federation, which has registered 160,000 voters since 2016, gone. The food pantry volunteer who signs up new voters, gone. You'd have to appear in person at a government office with a passport or birth certificate just to register to vote. During the 2024 election cycle, registration drives helped 2.1 million Americans vote. And non-citizen voting, the supposed problem this bill fixes, studies show it's extremely rare. This isn't voter protection, it's voter elimination. Did the DOJ just trade away your most private data to hunt voters? The Justice Department has spent nearly a year shaking down states for sensitive voter data, including driver's license numbers, Social security numbers, party affiliation, and voting history, all to hand it to Homeland Security. Now the chief privacy officer at DOJ's Civil Rights Division has resigned. Killian Cagle walked out without public comment. Federal law requires privacy assessments before agencies collect and share personal data. DOJ hasn't published any. 17 mostly Republican-led states have already handed over their voting rolls. More than 24 others refused and got sued. Privacy experts are calling it an exodus of conscience from federal agencies. When the chief watchdog quits rather than sign off, you know what's happening to your data is wrong. This recession could redefine the world. A new analysis published in The Hill should make every working American pay attention. Researcher John McGlone warns that the U.S. isn't just heading toward another recession. It's heading toward one so severe it may redefine the word. AI is already displacing thousands of jobs every month, and unlike 2020 or 2008 or COVID, those jobs don't come back when the economy recovers. They're gone. Layer on top of that, a war with Iran driving oil prices through the roof, inflation that won't cool, and a wealth gap not seen since the Gilded Age. Moody's recession model now sits at 49%, and that reading came before the Iran war fully hit. Every U.S. recession since World War II, except COVID, was preceded by an energy price spike. and we're in one right now. Strange alert. Alabama prosecutes grandma for crime of making everyone laugh at a dictator. And finally, your strange alert. Rena Gamble, a 62-year-old Alabama grandmother, showed up last October at a No Kings rally in Fairhope wearing an inflatable penis costume. Her sign said, "No Dictator." 1,000 people showed up in deep red Baldwin County. A police officer threw her to the ground and arrested grandma. Videos went viral. Stephen Colbert covered it. A local radio station named the costume Alabamian of the Year. Everyone figured the charges would quietly disappear, but they didn't. The city attorney piled on more charges, adding disturbing the peace and giving a false name to police. For the record, she told the arresting cop her name was Antifa. Renea Gamble, you're a hero. And Fairhope, you just turned a Halloween costume into a First Amendment landmark. And that's the way it is today, Monday, April 6th, 2026. I'm Tom Hartman.